Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So, we have Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Looks like it's going to be a very unusual celebration coming up because we know we're going to start with Daima, which is good, to finally get Daima in. Can't complain about that. Now, typically Part 2 does have hero stuff, or it's like less of a Part 2 and just a completely separate hero celebration. This year, that's not happening. There's also the 40th anniversary manga stuff, which I don't know. I feel like it could be replacing Heroes, or it could just be an extra thing since it is the 40th manga anniversary. I mean, we'll see more information on that. That could be kind of what part 2 is. But this video, I'm gonna kind of assume that the EZAs would be pertaining to Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and like we could worry about whatever like part 2 might be when we get there, right? So, Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku. If we take a look at his leader skill, it's demonic power and pure Saiyans, right? And I mean, he has demonic power and Dragon Ball Seeker support, and so does Piccolo. Demonic power, Dragon Ball Seeker support. So, my guess is like the celebration will be centered more so around those categories. They gave Goku Pure Saiyan so that he could field a very impressive team, but it feels to me, again, more so like Dragon Ball Seekers and Demonic Power is probably going to be at the focal point is. Now, I looked through and picked out options that are very realistic and then also not so realistic. But kind of like most of the characters who theoretically are in range to EZA or Super EZA from those three categories I have pulled up. That's Demonic Power, Dragon Ball Seekers, or Pure Saiyans. It's very good for the players that Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku is on Demonic Power. And I would assume that means Adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku is also going to be on Demonic Power. So that's really good that he ends up there. I am guessing it's because of, the intro where Neva kind of gives him, like, the power, like, the little power-up or whatever. Like, whatever that is. I guess that's why they put Goku on Demonic Power. So, let's start with the option I think we probably could see. Now, he has... It's just another Heavenly Events category ally in the same turn. Okay. The reason I say that is because, remember, this guy's 18 key super... Yeah, no, this is what I was looking for. So, activated when there is an ally whose name includes Piccolo. Now, obviously, this was made, 3 years before Daima was even a thing. This was this is May of 2021. And then, obviously, Daima is at the end of 2024. So, would Daima Piccolo trigger that? I'm going to assume so, but, I mean, it's hard to say, right? But this guy, EZing here, could be huge, because he's a monster support type character. He's a stacker as well, which means he'd have some relevance for Festival. The only thing that does make me a little scared is if we take a look at this. So Gohan is definitely not going to have guard in his kit, since he's guarding right there. They could make him a heavy damage reduction character. Like, I could see them tagging him with like 60-70% damage reduction, and then just allow him to be God on his active turn, when you trigger this. Imagine how good this would be in some of these nasty fights, right? Really huge. Really huge. Really huge. Like, he's guarding, heals. All allies get this active skill support defense for 2 turns. That could be so big in some of these GDC fights. I think this guy is likely to get his EZA. And when it comes to Heavenly Events right there, I'm sure they could fill that out to like Heavenly Events or Demonic Power or something like that. But don't forget, if we go to Heavenly Events, Glorio is on Heavenly Events, and Glorio probably is a character we would want to run on this, Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku team. Glorio, Piccolo, maybe Kid Gohan, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We could be chefing up pretty good. Now next we have these two. These two feel like they probably would work rather well here. And it's hard to say because it's like this is not like Daima is like this is not like an ordinary celebration, right? It's like think of like when the Gammas came to Dokkan. Like, man, I don't know. Could we see these two EZA right here? I think so. Am I shocked when they tweet out the EZA details for these guys? Definitely not. I think that these boys, we could see Gohan and Orange Piccolo both getting EZAs potentially during this celebration. This is the type of thing that they would do during like kind of like what this Daima celebration would be, right? With brand new characters and just like brand new everything. I could definitely see this being a thing for sure. Then we also have Pan. Now with Pan, we're moving more into Dragon Ball Secret territory. Not really too sure on Pan because she does have this GT hero stuff in here with Goku Trunks. But the thing is, like, if Pan is really strong, that would be a nice buff to... I guess she isn't on Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku's team, though. But I was going to say, like, it could, she'd be a buff for GT hero and then potentially for another team. But, yeah, I mean, Pan is not demonic power. So, I felt like I should pull her up, but... she's not on the leader skill. Raditz, probably not, but he's in range, and he is pure Saiyan. But, I mean, this Daima Goku team doesn't seem like the team we want to use for Raditz here. So, probably not. Bardock, maybe. Maybe. They could. They could set us up with another Goku family, like, strong character right here. Right, remember we did just get the LR Chi-Chi, maybe continue to kind of set up a potential Goku family team. Bardock could be a bit of a weird one, but I could see it happening, I feel like. And I mean, man, that would be interesting, right? Daima Goku has that guaranteed Ki Blast nullification, and then if this guy was relevant, and then we were dropping the Scouter, for like, could you imagine if they made this guy good? How impactful he would be in this GDC meta right here. If the first 5 turns you have a Scouter, like, that'd be crazy. So that'd be good. And then I do have these 3 pulled up just because they're all pure Saiyan options. Now, this is a DOKKANFEST LR. I don't know, like, when and where these boys are going to EZA. This guy, I just have to assume that this Goku is EZing before the, like, start of the 3rd part of the 11th anniversary. Because I'm just assuming that this guy is the first Carnival LR, will be the first Carnival LR to EZA. Although, remember, they didn't do that with, like, original Dokkan Fest, for example. It was, what, the 3rd Dokkan Fest that EZA'd first? Because I think it went Broly, Cell, then Super Saiyan 3 Goku, then Kid Buu was after Goku, right? I believe that's the order. And Super Saiyan 3 Goku got the EZA first. So maybe they do just go right to the 8th anniversary part 2 LRs to EZA in the 11th anniversary. But I think we could potentially see this guy EZA. This character, maybe, I mean, they certainly could be interesting with their support and damage reduction and stuff. Could be kind of an intriguing character there, right? Then from here, we just have a bunch of super EZA options. There's just so much that we could see in terms of kind of like super EZA characters. Just kind of like all over the place. Now, I'm not exactly sure, like how far are they willing to jump for a super EZA for some of these characters, or how far are they not willing to jump? I'm not 100% sure on that. But we got Future Gohan here. STR Ultimate Gohan. He's also a potential interesting character if he would get one. Kid Buu. Now, I have Kid Buu pulled up. Kid Buu probably is not going to super EZA with the celebration. That would feel a little strange unless they did a bunch of characters. But, like, if they just randomly like, all right, Int Kid Buu Super EZA. This seems a little odd. I mean, also, let's see, Dragon Ball Seekers, Time Travelers, are Bon, a parent and child. Actually, wait, is Kid Buu Time Travelers? No, okay. The reason I double check is just because remember that like the global translation of Time Travelers is not accurate. It's like travel through like dimension and space time. Yeah, it is funny because BoJack is Time Travelers. By the same logic, couldn't Kid Buu? Well, actually, is Fat Buu on Time Travelers? Fat Buu must be on Time Travelers, right? Because Fat Buu is the same logic as BoJack. He is on Time Travelers. Yeah. That again, that's the same logic as BoJack right there. Because Fat Buu and BoJack were both like sealed like there, but not Kid Buu. Okay, sure. They got Fat Buu on there. It makes sense to me. But yeah, I don't think Kid Buu. I got him pulled up, and I don't really think he's gonna EZA. Now this could be interesting. Oh, I guess I didn't pull up the Super Saiyan Goku, character as well. Let's just quickly grab him. And like we did have, I mean, Union Master Stage is not exactly tough, but we did have the recent transformation boost Union Master Stage too. So, you know, more options, because that's what Dokkan does, right? Is they'll drop content and then they'll release options, you know, for players to be able to help beat it. So we have the Goku and the Frieza who transform through every form. Now, if these guys super easy, they could potentially be pretty good for a festival. That's like immediately what comes, because like, I don't know, these guys, like how great would they be in like the GDC content, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe like the Frieza and Goku, you know, turn 1, 80% damage reduction, and then their second, third, and fourth forms maybe are not too crazy, and then once they get to the final form, they could be crazy. But in order to make them big-time festival characters, remember, all their forms, they stack, right? Like from, you know, all the way up to the final form, and then Goku and Frieza do not stack anymore. All they have to do is just let the final form stack as well. That's all it takes. Blue Goku and Golden Frieza, just let them also stack, and we're cooked up right there. That's all they got to do. That's all they got to do. All right. B-Pan. I feel like B-Pan could easy anytime. And, you know, again, she's GT Hero, Dragon Ball Seekers. You know, she's not on Goku's team, but this would be a solid super easy. And again, I think buffing GT Heroes right now, giving it a little bit more juice, is not a bad idea. We also have Goku, Trunks, and Pan right here. Again, another Dragon Ball Seekers character, not on Goku's leader skill, but, you know, with so much Dragon Ball Seekers in Goku and Piccolo's passive, I just felt like it was relevant to at least bring up the possibility of them. Same with Frieza, Dragon Ball Seekers, right? Just at least throw him out here. A lot of times the free-to-play EZAs are not quite as, like, static as the other ones. Like, oh my god, like, you know, like, sometimes they do get a little bit random kind of with, like, some of these free-to-play EZAs is what I'm saying, right? And then, like, getting to Pure Saiyan. This guy's also on Dragon Ball Seekers, too. But Pure Saiyan potential super EZAs. I mean, we have Int Kid Goku. Certainly could be interesting, although we have had a ton of Kid Gokus already kind of be, like, relevant this year. But, I mean, I guess what's one more, right? We also have Evolution Blue Vegeta. He is probably not in range, but, I mean, you know, just pulled him up. It's been a while since we've done Tournament of Power shit, so, like, what would make sense? Like, alright, Daima, Super Saiyan 4 Goku Celebration, and then we're gonna Super Easy Evolution Blue fucking Vegeta. Like, I know, like, it's, like, someone could scoff at that. This guy's sticker is still so kick-ass. Someone could scoff at that, but I could see this guy Super Easy easily. Like, this would not... At this point, I mean, you know, we now have a sizable distance since our last Tournament of Power character. Yes. But I'm still in the mode of Tournament of Power dropping out of nowhere. Not surprising me. Never shit a shitter. Yeah, you didn't fool me, Amatsu. Yeah, so these are all the characters I've pulled up. To me, Kid Gohan feels kind of like a shoo-in. And, I mean, there would have to be something besides just Kid Gohan. So, probably some type of super EZA. There might be another obvious character I missed, but I think, like what could be good for the celebration? Kid Gohan, and then maybe, like, at least, like, these two super EZAs. That could be pretty fire. And remember, I mean, this guy would also be a buff for Whose team, chat? Anyone want to give me any guesses? Any yes, no, maybe? Inhuman Deeds. Omega. Father, Daddy, Omega. Right there. I could see it. I absolutely could see it. Could see it. So, let me know which characters you guys would like to see. I think probably the biggest hype they could do would be Gohan and Piccolo. Feels like this feels kind of right to me. I don't know. But, I do think Superhero could have, like, kind of like a presence in a major celebration coming up, though. That's the one thing I do want to mention. Like, so, like, if Superhero's part of 11th anniversary, just as an example, like, these guys probably, you know, would EZA at that point. So, let me know what you guys think about the possible potential EZAs that we have going on here for the Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku celebration. I'm very excited about the celebration. Very excited to see how everything is going to go here, too, right? Like, finally, Daima, we've been asking for Daima so much, I'm going to eat this shit up. Yes. Thank you for the meal, Amatsu. W. Let's get these Daima characters rocking.